When I'm on a mic, I just want to bring hope in my lyrics to the one who be thinking they're going too far, who think life is hopeless. They want to ghost it because they don't feel there's no hope for tomorrow. I speak life to those who lost their hope in God and speak about disappointments and how I hated God. You see, he loved me while I was a sinner. Sheep in distress devoured by wolves. Jesus, as a result, became my helping rod. His love, I didn't deserve it. Everything that happened in my life, I felt like I deserved it. Suicidal at one point or another, felt like my life was worthless. You see, my biological dad taught me about Allah. My grandma taught me about Jehovah, and my foster mom taught me about Jesus. When I was younger, I felt like religion was pointless. Sexually abused by a woman when I was 9. She took every child bone from me. Felt like I was so jointless. Anger kindled inside for my sisters because I felt like the women in my family didn't get me. Felt like I was surrounded by Judases telling them whatever you do it swiftly. Grew up thinking that all I was worth was giving girls orgasms and the chest to lay on. Meanwhile, Satan tooted my horn about the women I played on. Death and destruction laid on this path that I was dead on. It seems that me and Satan was on opposite ends of the train and we were about to collide. Head on, you ain't worth much. Purpose in you, his lies on my mind stayed on. Had me thinking that my optical lenses needed visions of nasty porn. Found out that ELIA QASIM was the name he had a hit out on. Didn't have no purpose for living, so in sin I carried on. Saddened by my daily realities, my heart was a suitcase that carried mourn. Until I was confronted with that gospel, I guess you could say me and Jesus, man, head on. You see, God presented me with two options. He said death and life. Between these two, I was so torn. Wish I could tell you that I chose the latter. But you see, me in sin, been acquainted since I was born. Wanted to give up sexual fornication so many times because I knew it was killing me. But let me ask y'all something. How do you put down something that you actually considered your identity? Do I want to put myself out here today? No. I just hope I'm speaking to an audience that's feeling me. Maybe they can look at my life and see God and realize that our purpose in life is to seek God. You see, I know a lot of people, mainly Christians, who say they're living with Jesus. You know, the life inside, and even though they got life inside, it's inevitable that sometimes death arise. Suicidal thoughts can hide. Anger, frustration, loss of loved ones that died. Listen, you can still have life but still feel death inside. My people, God wants me to tell you that he feels your pain. And even though you're going through hell, if you living right and die, heaven is your gain. This talent of words of mine is not mine. No matter how incredible, my job is not for me to stand here and tell you how I'm unforgettable. My words is for those whose heart is hoke and greened in, who want lyrics with substance to put their heart back to doctor again. And I hope something I said today will help you to start living again. My people, no matter what life throws at you, God gave Jesus 3 nails just so he can walk with you. My brothers, my sisters, you have a purpose. Now I want you to live life on purpose.
Cut.